She is running 100 miles an hour in the wrong direction.
I had a feeling I was pregnant. It was a couple days after my high school graduation.
She is trying.
My choices were to either keep the baby or have an abortion.
The Women's Center is a hope and a light, and of course our hope is they would choose life.
To make things more difficult, I was in the process of going through a divorce, and my husband at the time was struggling with alcoholism, so I didn't really know if it was the best environment to bring a new baby into.
What should she do? A lot of times she's not getting the good advice at home. Sometimes she's not getting good advice from her boyfriend or husband.
My friends weren't very supportive at all. Half of them were saying have an abortion, and the other half were saying adoption.
To go to the Women's Center and get the advice that they get, it's advice that not only cares for them on a physical level, but it'll care for them on a spiritual level as well.
To partner with the Women's Center is to emulate the example that we find in Christ, who was so compassionate for women who were in times of need.
We want to meet the needs of those women and young girls who are in our communities who are looking at whether or not to abort their unborn children, making those life choices. And so all our services are free.
When I came to the Women's Center, they gave me a free pregnancy test. And at first, seeing my mom's reaction, we thought like this couldn't happen.
How I felt at that moment, I was still in shock, and I didn't think she was, because she wasn't showing. And then we found out that yes, she was pregnant.
Every day, the Women's Center of Northwest Indiana offers those experiencing an unplanned pregnancy right here in our community. They offer help and hope. We want people in Northwest Indiana to know about the Women's Center. It's a life-giving place filled with people who love and care, not just for the most vulnerable unborn, but also for the birth parents.
After I found out I was pregnant, the Women's Center scheduled me an ultrasound at the Crown Point Center. I found out how far along I was. I was 8 weeks along. That was a pretty cool experience.
As a doctor, it's been most rewarding to see the patients' faces when we've done ultrasounds and their response.
We got to go into the room and we saw the little heartbeat flicker on the screen. And my boyfriend was there, so that's when I decided I wanted to keep the baby, because his face lit up when he saw a little heartbeat.
Probably the most fulfilling parts of being involved with Women's Center are the way you see women light up when they see a picture of their baby and they carry that on to completion.
I had talked about abortion. Adoption was an option, and then when we found out it was twins, it seemed like everything was off the table.
My mom, she was smiling and she was crying. Then that's when she was like, okay, we can't give up these babies, because that's beautiful. Twins are a blessing.
Well, after coming to the Women's Center and speaking with multiple friends who had gone through a similar experience, I realized that although it was going to be very difficult for the next 1.5 to 2 years of my life, that 2 years worth of being busy and sacrifice was much better than a lifetime of grief that I was going to have to deal with if I either gave my baby away to someone else or aborted it.
We want to make sure that those women that walk through the doors of that center know that they're valuable. And so when they come in to a center that is pleasing to them, we charge them nothing for our services, that not only are they valuable, but the life that they're carrying has value.
It's a boy and a girl, and so I'm real happy about the decision we made. And since the babies have come, she is doing awesome. They're always happy when I come home.
So my son, he's 4 months old now. He's very happy and energetic baby, and my 3-year-old son loves him and they play all the time. And I mean, just coming home and him seeing my face and getting all excited and giggling and me able to make him laugh and seeing a little bit of his personality, it shines through everything. I really couldn't imagine life without him.
We have 4 locations, getting ready to open our 5th in Gary.
It's disheartening to go downtown and see all the boarded up and the boarded up homes, and I literally weep for my city. I mean, it broke my heart.
I guess people would say, why are you going to Gary? And Gary has been thought of for a very long time as no man's land.
You're the God of this city. You're the King of these people. You're the Lord of this nation.
As a place that not too many businesses are going into or people are moving into, but we know that God has called us there.
Greater things have yet to come, and greater things are still to be done in this city.
I just had the thought that came to my mind, great location. To have right there in the heart of that city, the Women's Center, to be there is really exciting for us. We've been happy to partner in that project and to really celebrate what we think God's going to do through that location. So we're very happy about it.
We're excited and we feel privileged that He has called us to this great city.
I believe that the Women's Center will be the beginning of light in Gary.
You know, some of the hard things about being a part of a ministry is asking for things that we need. We need equipment. We need an ultrasound machine. Those are expensive. We need laborers who are able to go into that facility. We have nothing but 4 walls. We don't even have a floor. We're going to need all the things that it takes to operate an office. We're going to need everything that it takes to get a center up and running.
The Women's Center represents boots on the ground in the cause of life and the culture of life here in Northwest Indiana. So we are happy to support them, and their wins are our wins.
It's an organization that we here at Shine.fm want our listening families to know about, support, and to become a volunteer.
And I recommend everyone get involved with the Women's Center. It's such a great organization.
I've been to the Women's Center's banquets. I've heard the testimonies of the women. I've seen the kids. And I can't think of anything better to support here in Northwest Indiana than the Women's Center.
I always say either you're part of the problem or you're part of the solution. Well, I want to be part of the solution.
I refuse to wait for someone else to do what God has called me to do.
I refuse.
I refuse.
I refuse.
'Cause I don't want to live like I don't care. I don't want to say another empty prayer. Oh,
I refuse. God called me.
God called me.
sit around and wait for someone else.
I refuse to wait
For someone else.
To do
What God has called me.
called me to do.
I am having a boy. His name is going to be Nathan. By the time you guys see this video, I will probably have Nathan in my arms.